Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to day 25 of reading 101 essays that will change the way you think. As always, shout out to Brianna West for the text, and today's title is The Psychology of Getting Unstuck and the 3 Stages of Making Habits Autonomous. Success is more a product of habit than it is skill. To excel at something, you must be able to do it prolifically. Many people write well. Few people write well and consistently. What separates experts from the rest of us is a blend of profound self-control, disciplined routine, and unwavering dedication. While natural skill is more or less something you're born with, self-control is something you develop. Most people believe the opposite is true, that they can perfect their talent, but that the drive to do so will come easily. Our minds have a limited means for self-control. This is to say, we are only capable of withholding ourselves from our impulses and desires for a period of time each day. With practice, we extend that period, but it is finite regardless. People who understand this use their time wisely. They eliminate unnecessary decision-making, reduce distractions, minimize what doesn't matter, and then they focus. Over time, it becomes second nature. In fact, in the 1960s, psychologists identify 3 specific stages we must go through in order to acquire those new skills. Cognitive. When we first intellectualize the task, make mistakes, and ultimately devise new strategies to perform better. Associative. When effort is still required to complete the task, but it's less mentally strenuous than it was. Some aspects of the task are beginning to come naturally. Mistakes are still being made. Autonomous. We go into autopilot, or in some cases, flow. We can release ourselves from conscious and focus and let our programming take over. However, it is sometime between the last 2 phases that we get caught in a sort of plateau. We do the task often enough, but our expectations of how we should perform is still miles away from how we think it should be. It is what Ira Glass calls the creative gap, the point at which most people give up. For the first couple of years you make stuff, it's just not that good. It's trying to be good. It has potential, but it's not. But your taste, the thing that got you into the game, is still killer. And your taste is why your work disappoints you. A lot of people never get past this phase. They quit. If you are just starting out, or you are still in this phase, you gotta know it's normal. And the most important thing you can do is do a lot of work. Put yourself on a deadline so that every week you will finish 1 story. It is only by going through a volume of work that you will close the gap, and your work will be as good as your ambitions. And I took longer to figure out how to do this than anyone I've ever met. It's gonna take a while. It's normal to take a while. You've just gotta fight your way through. The difference between the people who persevere to see that their work rises to their standard and the people who toss in the towel is not one of sheer, unprecedented talent. It's just a matter of having the often uncomfortable commitment to keep growing. If you don't have the desire nor the ability to push past the plateau, then an exodus is a means of showing you there's something else better suited for you. If you do, it means you must eliminate the unnecessary details, work with your current threshold for self-control, and keep going. Getting unstuck is realizing that you were never stuck in the first place. You only stop to ask yourself, is this what I'm here for? I feel like a lot of us, we want to develop these routines. We want to develop these habits. And a lot of us, we get stuck in between the 2 phases, in between associative and autonomous. Because getting to autonomous, getting to that flow state, that autopilot mode, you have to put a lot of work in. But a lot of us, when we aren't getting the results that we want, we quit. We give up. And it's hard for people to keep running, to keep on going without knowing How much longer? Without knowing how much further you're going to have to run, how much more time you're going to have to wait. How long is it going to be until I develop that habit, until my goals are reached, until I get a job, until I get into a relationship? I feel like the root of many things, many problems in today's society that people have is patience. Patience and endurance. We're not willing to endure certain things. Because it says for the first couple of years you make stuff, it's just not that good. It's trying to be good. It has potential, but it's not. And when you don't get the results you want after trying for so long, that's when you quit. That's when you give up. And that's why a lot of people, they aren't where they want to be at in life, nor the habits that they want to develop, the habits that they don't want in their lives. They aren't willing to stick it out. They aren't willing to get through that plateau, because that plateau is a straight line, right? So it seems like nothing is happening, but it's that plateau until one day it just skyrockets. It's staying small and putting in the work every single day until that day comes, until those habits become autonomous. And autonomous is just automatic. It's you can do things without any external, without anything else, without being cognitive about it, without actually being conscious about certain things. It's just second nature to you because you do it so much. But you aren't getting the results that you want. The habits that you're trying to instill in yourself, you're not there yet. You're not there yet, but understanding you got to be patient, and you got to be willing to endure this plateau, endure whatever season that you're in life. You have all these goals and aspirations for yourself, and you're in a plateau. Right now it's plateaued and it seems like nothing's happening. It doesn't matter what I do, I show up every single day and I'm plateaued. I've been plateaued for years now, but you have to keep on going, because if you stop, if you quit, if you give up, then you're never going to reach that state. You're never going to reach that goal that you always dreamed about hitting. It's 3 stages. Cognitive, when we first intellectualize the task, make mistakes, and ultimately devise new strategies to perform better. Second, associative, when effort is still required to complete the task, but it's less mentally strenuous than it was. Some aspects of the task are beginning to come naturally. Mistakes are still being made. Finally, autonomous. We go into autopilot, or in some cases, flow. We can release ourselves from conscious focus and let our programming take over. In order to let your programming take over, you have to program yourself. And the way that you program yourself is to constantly and consistently, intentionally putting yourself and doing these tasks. I don't know what it is that you want to change in your life, what habit that you want to instill into your daily life, into yourself, what goal you're trying to achieve, the dreams and aspirations that you have for yourself. It's going to take time. And I know that everything nowadays seems like there's a fast track. And that's a big problem, because social media shows us things that are so fast. Fast money, fast success, fast results. Everything is instantaneous, when that's not the reality. The reality isn't fast money. The reality isn't you get a 6-pack in 6 months. It takes a lot longer than that. And if people are telling you that, then they're withholding some truth from you. They're taking performance enhancing drugs. People who get all this fast money, how do they really get it? These people who blow up, can they recreate it? So you have to be willing to get through the plateau. Whatever season you are in your life, you got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So tomorrow's essay is the one question to ask yourself if you're tired of fighting for someone's love. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 26.